Hello everyone, it's Lynch Pin here and I'm back for another cake analysis. The last cake review I did was really popular and a lot of people have been asking to do other ones. Messages from people and comments on Facebook, and Paddy who did the February video challenges was saying, oh well, this person asked this and this person asked that, so it seems that is something that people like to watch. So today I'm going to answer a question that I was asked about Battenberg cake, how to make it brightly coloured, and I thought I would use that as an excuse to do a Battenberg review because I just love Battenbergs. But the question I was asked actually was about how to get the colour of the Battenberg to be vibrant, because if you make a butter cake mixture it tends to be quite yellow or kind of orangey tinged, and if you're trying to get a very bright colour it's very difficult. Well, my first tip is to check the link in the description box because I do have recipes that Sweetie Pie has done of Battenberg themed cakes. The best way to do it is to make a cake like this. These are some cakes that I made during the week as part of my French fancy experiments, which I'll be writing up about very soon. So this is a cake that I made for the upcoming French Fancies copycat recipe. So I made it a few days ago, and as you can see the top has got quite moist from being in storage, which is like a French fancy. But you can see here that the crumb of the cake itself is almost white, and that is achieved from having a meringue based sponge cake. So if you whip the egg whites with the sugar and then introduce all the other ingredients, including the egg yolks, back into the mixture rather than beating butter and sugar together, that's the kind of cake that if you want to colour your cake you need to use as few yellow ingredients as possible. So I eliminate the butter and replace it with vegetable oil. The other tip as well, if you are making a cake that you want to colour, it's really important to use gel food colouring. This is just some gel food colouring that I got from the supermarket. This is Dr. Oetker. As you can see, this is a bright pink colour. And if you want to make cake that has a strong colour, you need to use gel. You can't use liquid and you can't use powder. The colour isn't strong enough, and if you add too much you'll dilute the texture of the cake. So if you add a load of liquid, for example liquid food colouring, you'll have to then compensate by removing other liquid ingredients, and then you'll get the taste of the food colouring as well, which sometimes is quite vinegary and not very nice. So I recommend thoroughly that you use a gel food colouring like this one, or I have them downstairs, I should have brought them up actually, but Sugar Flare, they kind of like come in little cylinders with lids on. So I hope that answers your question. And now let's get on to the Battenberg. Ta-da! I have a box of Mr. Kipling mini Battenbergs. I went to the shop and they didn't have any full Battenbergs, they only had the mini ones. So I haven't looked at the ingredients on these, I'm covering them up, and now I'm going to open them and have a nibble. They come in a tray of 5 with a plastic wrap on it. So much plastic packaging. Although it says on the box that every bit of its packaging is fully recyclable, which is good. You see here, I don't know if you can see that there, let's point it in the direction of the light, there you go. You see how it's got pink and white cake in it, and a marzipan outside. And the marzipan has actually been dusted with sugar, I think maybe for texture. I've just realised how bad the lighting in here is. But yeah, it's got like dustings of sugar on it, as you can see that. Yeah, that's better. And in between the layers of cake is some apricot jam. Now, this is quite wet, the marzipan, so I thought I'd show you the packet and open the packet in this one. Oh, yum yum. Instead of dissecting one and putting it on a plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of try and pull off a bit of this marzipan. Yeah, it's working. It's very sticky. See here, Just pulling it off in one continuous strip. So let's try the marzipan. I've already had a little mouthful, a little sneaky peek. As you can see here, the marzipan is dusted with granulated sugar. Don't think it's too coarse to be caster sugar, so just fold up into a big wodge. Ooh, I absolutely love marzipan. It's one of my favourite things in the world. I remember going to Lübeck and going to in Germany and going to the marzipan factory. You know, I had the time of my life. This is really soft, as you can see. It's really, really soft. It's sticky. It's all over my fingers. I say there's a syrup, glucose syrup, I reckon, in this marzipan outside. It's not made with icing sugar. Oh, it's very fine. There's no almond grittiness in it. It's all over my fingers. I've ruined it. It actually tastes more like excuse me, almond flavoured fondant icing. Let's go for a bit of cake. That is exactly the same cake as you get in a French fancy. It's not almond flavoured at all, the cake, it's just sponge flavoured cake. Sponge flavoured cake. I wonder if anyone ever like sells a cake that literally just has sponge flavour. See here, it's got quite a thick layer of apricot jam on it. Which just tastes like sugar. It doesn't taste like apricot. Really, this is just an excuse for me to eat a piece of Battenberg, if I'm being honest. So, I have the ingredients here. If you can see them there. I haven't looked at these yet. If you want to pause your video and have a look, maybe. I don't know if you can do that. Well, I was wrong about the marzipan. It does have icing sugar in it. Which is kind of strange because my experience of making marzipan with icing sugar, it crusts on the outside, whereas this isn't crusted at all. As you can see, it's just squidge. So I was wrong about that, but I'm kind of surprised. Apricot filling, just set with pectin. It does have apricots in it, but I'd love to know how many. It says, you know, apricots are the second ingredient in the jam, but the first ingredient is glucose fructose syrup, and it doesn't say the percentages. So it goes icing sugar, apricot jam, sugar, normal sugar, wheat flour, which has been fortified, glucose syrup, vegetable oil, soya flour, desiccated coconut, really? I would never have guessed that there was coconut in these, not in a million years. I don't even know where that would be. Is that... So it didn't taste like there was coconut in the sponge. Yeah, you saw me peel apart that cake and eat it, and I did not feel any hint of desiccated coconut in it. So is it maybe powdered? So yeah, again, there's no butter in these. It's just oil and vegetable fat. I hadn't read the ingredients before that, so I'm actually genuinely surprised by a lot of those ingredients. French fancies I kind of guessed, and I was mostly right, but these ones I'm like, what? I never would have thought that. So, there's my Battenberg review. So I hope you've enjoyed this Battenberg questions answered and Battenberg review video. I have to really resist the urge to, you know, eat the rest of these cakes in one sitting. Really, oh god, you have no idea how much I love Battenberg. So yeah, if you do have any questions, further questions about cakes, if you want any more cake reviews done, please comment in the comment section down below, or check out Sweetie Pie Bake Stuff on Facebook, the link is in the description box, and leave a comment on the page. Or on Twitter, you can tweet Sweetie Pie as well, at Sweetie Pie LMK, again the link is in the description box. And until I see you again, take care everyone.